Hello everyone. Let's do the secondary list stock to watch for tomorrow, Tuesday, July 15. I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker. I'm not finding something that I feel like I have to buy I have to buy tomorrow. I've done a lot of buying today. I posted it on Twitter, on X. I'm almost maxed out on the margin for my swing trading account. So probably gonna just sit out unless something really jumps at me in the morning and I have to take it. So we'll see. But I'll go through the list with you guys. I have not shrink it down to just primary list, so this is still the secondary, so there's probably about maybe 20 or less names on it. So let's dive in here pretty quickly. Net was from the weekend. If you guys remember, this was there. Gotten a little bit better. You guys remember I said too early maybe to buy it because of this and this distribution days. Someone asked about what a distribution day is. It's just essentially a down day on volume that is higher than average, and the closing range of that day is in the lower percentile of that range. So this closed in the 25% range, and this closed in the 16% range, so almost at the bottom. Anything less than 40, 35%, I consider it distribution if it has higher volume. So that's what I mean by that. But what happened today is this made an undercut and then bounced back, and this really the base support, right? Let's redraw that over the weekend. So we're sitting right at support, testing what was resistance becomes support, just technical analysis 101. And then this made the undercut, could not find sellers and bounced back. So you have a nice 2-day pivot right here that you can play against, and then your stop would be here if you really need to be in net, which is one I would like to be in. Strong sale, and then earnings picking back up. Let's move this over to the top here out of our way, and then you have next year record earnings. Never the company made $1. So there's a lot going on for it. High RS 96. It's worth considering. Rubrik in the security space, also a nice growth stock. This is non-conventional, but the reason why I like it, again, growth numbers, still not making money, but this high volume here is because of some financing that they've done. I think they're acquiring an AI company as well. They announced that a few days ago. So worth taking a shot at it. The one thing that is sticking out to me is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks up in a row. Okay, that's institutions buying. And I remember Bill O'Neill says, anything 5 weeks or up. The irony about, I'm paraphrasing, but something to the effect that the irony is that when you see a stock up 5 weeks in a row, or 6 or 7 or 8, it's telling you it wants to go a lot higher. Okay, so discounting the high volume selling because of the financing that they did, and this is really not breaking the 50 in any big manner or meaningful manner. And then today it broke this low, took out the stops, did not find any sellers, and bounced. And you've got a pivot right here that you can play against if you really need to be in this stock. Again, this is advanced trading. You don't have to do that. You can just wait. Advanced, aggressive and more risky, obviously, because you've got the overhead over here. So the safer trade is you wait for it to do this, this, and then this, and then you buy turning and you buy it breaking out. Okay, but that doesn't mean this is going to happen. It might just do this, right, and then you'll miss it. So this is why trading is complicated. Simple but not easy. So anyway, this is one that I have on the secondary list. CVNA, massive. Oops, I did not do that. Hold on, let's bring that in. CVNA, massive earning growth. This is way above the base. I just like it because it's holding this level here. Look how many times they came and bought the stock. 1, 2, 3, 4, and today 5. So if you really want to be in this stock, this is your low risk entry, and then you take it coming out, and then you have your stop down here. It did the breakout, and then it's just testing that level again. I don't know. This caught my attention, but I'm not sure if this is going to make it the primary. VST in the AI ML build out. I've been talking about that like forever now. Electricity, power generation, fuel production, right? Clean pivot, breakout, and reset. A lot of these breakout and reset, I call it the second mouth gets the cheese, but it's really the same setup as breakout, failure, reset. So LIF was one today that we went over the weekend, right? The same thing. It did breakout, reset, and then that worked really good. FLR from the weekend as well did the same thing. Second mouth gets the cheese, right? So breakout, and then taking stops out, and then this is where you buy it today. Second mouth got the cheese, or the day after, or Friday. I didn't see it Friday, but this was in my weekend video, right? So that's what VSD potentially is doing. Okay, breakout. Nervous traders, short-term traders are out, and then second mouth gets the cheese. Where's your stop? It's over here, right? I don't know how wide, from here all the way to down here to take a stop, but you get the point. I'm not gonna spoon feed everything here, but you guys see that. I took this one here back in what is that, in late Feb. I got stopped out. Clean pivot, I took that gap up here. That's the deep seek gap down, but everything was kind of not working in this period. But anyway, clean pivot, second most gets the cheese, or breakout, failure, reset. Okay. App, the previous leader. Probably everybody listening to me right now know about AppLovin. I was interested in it here, but kind of just wide range bar here was just make it hard to manage risk, so I did not take that. Here's another one. I mean, it would be nice if it just stays quiet tomorrow and then comes back the day after, but it might just go. But anyway, this is clean pivot, hugging the 50. Not something I would like to see. It just looks like it's going to fail, but you never know, right? I mean, that's it's all trading about. This could go or could fail, but you manage risk, then you're out. All right, let's take a look at CART. It was also from the weekend, and I think it actually getting a little better. So this is testing back this cup with handle pivot, and again, support, 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 and then you got 2-day pivot here. So if it takes this out, that means it's rounding out the turn. I talk about rounding the turn a lot, right? And then your stop is very clear down here. That's an option. MTSI was also one from the weekend. I like it even more. It triggered today at the end of the day. So if you're in it, you're in it. This is again in the semiconductor. It's in the same group as, well, not in NVIDIA. This is a different semiconductor. I'm not sure what they exactly do, but sale is picking back up. Earning is picking back up. It is record earning coming up. Never made that much, that type of money before. This kind of like support here, but it shook this 21 EMA, stopped all the traders today, and then you got your pivot right here, and then your stop down here. So it's a setup. Whether it makes it to your primary list and then you take it tomorrow, that's a different story. It's up to you, but that's what this is. It looks a little bit, this is not a distribution, it's a accumulation. Well, it is distribution actually, 37%. So it depends on what you consider distribution. 37 is pretty close. It's kind of halfway. But if you flip to the weekly, it looks fine. It's just testing the 10, and it seems like it's bouncing before testing the 10-week MA, which is a sign of strength. If it turns before testing the 10-week MA, it's a sign of strength. Okay. All right. Shack. I have not had any burgers at this place. If you have and they're good, please let me know, because there's one close to me that I can go try. I traded this one here. I'll make a different video on ants, but I traded this one here, and I think I sold it here. So this one, just hold in the top of the base, and then again daily lows. They're coming back at it for this level. That's 138 level. Once, twice, 3, 4, 5, and then you got 2-day pivot right here. If you really want to be in this stock, this is your chance to be in it. And then your stop is right over here, right? Just easy peasy. All right, so CRWV. Now everybody's going to be like, why in the heck are you looking at this one? I don't know. Caught my attention. I did post on this. This looks like a broken kind of head and shoulder top, right? Which is true. Okay, this is the neck. The interesting piece about this is, like, I'm wired positive, so I always see the positive, not the negative, because I only trade to the long side. Yes, it kind of looks like it broke it, but the selling is like non-existent, frankly. And if you look at this at the weekly, it's just simply testing the 10-week MA after an amazing, God, what is that, 34 to 180? This is a crazy move. And for the stock to give back some, this is not even half the point of the give back. So like this chart is still bullish, right? It's not broken by any means. And then the volume is really, even on the weekly, you look at the weekly volume, it's not more than the up weeks, right? So I mean, it's profit taking. It's a new IPO in AI space, so like I'm very interested. If you take a shot at this and you think this is a stock that's simply just testing the 10-week MA or the 50 MA. I mean, it didn't even test the 50 MA, so sign of strength. It bounced before. So if you take this here, a stop below this is 5%, stop below this is 8%. I don't know. I just put it on the secondary list, but I obviously this is aggressive. This is not something, Minervini, or this is not a clean pivot. This is simply a strong stock that is testing the 50 for the first time after a massive move. That's it. And then testing 10-week MAs and 50-week MAs for the first time after a massive move is a high probability trade. If you can find a pivot and a low risk entry, that's what this is. 99 RS. Okay, strongest stock. So, with massive sales, right? So, I don't know. I'll have to think this over by the time the market opens tomorrow. But I'm just giving you guys everything I have. All right. PH, just kind of construction. It's been a strong. What caught my attention is the weekly. This is looks like it's preparing for a massive breakout. Again, just this is your pivot here. Slower mover, slower ADR. If you don't want crazy stuff, this is a good option. Clean stop below this level or below this level. So anyway, all right. DIS, Disney. Who doesn't know Disney? Failed breakout from this whatever kind of base. I mean, looks like an inverted head and shoulder. Inverted head and shoulder, right? Here, and here. Pulling back to the top of this level here, 120, in a very orderly manner, like barely any selling here. Testing the 21 MA. So like this is a tight stop. Like what is that stop? Let me this is what caught my attention, right? So like I am a sucker for tight stop. This is less than 1%. And then you'll have like 3-4 times your risk just by going up to this high. So obviously not a growth, high ADR, heart pumping stock, but it is, you can't argue that this is a low risk setup, right? And that's what caught my attention. Okay, good accumulation looks like here on the stock. Turning the corner probably as a stock, but this is a market stock, right? Disney. So it's nothing earth shattering. All right, this biotech, it's been on my list for a while because it is going profitable next year. Never made money before. Looks like investors know that and buying it. It broke out of a massive, multi-year consolidation with a shakeout right here on the weekly. And then it's just holding the gains and just pulling very gently, trying to bounce before it hits the 10-week MA, which is bullish. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4 times this level. What level is this? The 113. Play the trigger right here and your stop right here. If you've been looking for a biotech, going profitable next year, then you can play this one. All right. MIR. I don't know this stock. Been watching it for a while. Got the nuclear piece in it, defense. So two hot markets right now, and sales single digit, which is surprising. I would have liked to see this double digits, but earning growth is in double digits. Estimates revised up. Let me see what else here. Accumulation distribution rating A+. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this company, but Clean Pivot is what caught my attention. Still considered top of the base, not that extended. Potentially testing the 10-week MA for the first time after breaking out. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks up in a row. So it's got the characteristics. It's pretty liquid, trades $70 million volume on average. Lower priced. Anyway, it's interesting stock. Clean Pivot. What's the stop here on this pivot, pivot area? That's a 4.5% all the way down here, which tells you your trade is souring. You need to exit. All right. ENVA. I like this one. Looks pretty strong. Record earnings this year, record earnings next year. Ants on the chart. If you don't know what the ants are, just Google ants. David Ryan. I'm not gonna spend 10 minutes explaining it here. Clear stop. Trigger. It's not an inside day. This low is lower than this low, but obviously it's pretty extended from the 21 EMA, but it looks pretty strong. I mean, it tried to break out in a cup. So if we go to the weekly cup base, try to break out, and it's just not a lot of selling coming back. So it might just turn and go and test the 120. So, and it's in online lending. So if rates are going down, this stock's probably going to benefit. All right, let's move on to the next one, GH. I actually, unfortunately, I've used this company as part of my cancer journey. Did gene testing on my cancer. Guardant Health, I think that's how you say it. Not profitable yet, but sales, double-digit sales all through the forecast. Earnings increasing, so ultimately at some point it'll become profitable. So it has potential. They do good work in this space, in the genetic testing and biopsy and stuff like that. What I like about this, don't listen to MarketSurge on this one, just coupled handle. I think this is ultimately just, I'm going to turn pattern recognition off. This is ultimately just a base, rectangle base. And then it's just testing the 21. So here's, right? So all the way to the bottom of the base, to the bottom of the rectangle, to the top, to the bottom, to the top, failed breakout, to the bottom, failed breakdown, back to the top, and now what has changed? Right? Character changed. We're not going back down. We're staying up there. Okay? So what does that mean? That means selling has stopped coming to market. That's exactly what that means. So that's why I'm interested in this one. You've got clear stop potentially. So if this takes out the high, again, this is not a pivot. I call these one-day triggers. But if this takes out this right here, your stop clearly defined down here. I don't know how much is that. Let me use my other screen here to do that quick. That's 3.5%. All right. And I think if this ultimately, if the stock clears this 50 level, this is kind of where it's stuck. I think this could run pretty quick. All right. Maybe I like this one. Okay, let's go to LIT. Light. Fiber optics. I don't know. I mean, massive jump from last year in earnings. But this was up, and then I don't know what happened in here in 2024 for that drop. So this is a big drop, 50% drop. But it looks like, you know, you've got a pivot here, and you've got a clear stop here too. So let me actually put that right here. And you got a clear stop as well. It seems like it's a turnaround. I mean, $4 by next year. So stock was at 65 when it was 4. I don't know. It's just clear pivot. I don't know much about this company. I don't know why it had this drop here in 2024. But technically, you've got a setup. It's deep, 50%, so I kind of try to avoid them. But this is pretty tight, clean pivot. We'll see. I'm not totally sure on this one. I don't know much about it. UTI is a deep pullback. And if you go to my YouTube channel and you watch, search for deep pullbacks or something like that, I made a video on that. Pulling back to the base, tested it successfully here, and then you just got a clear breakout, clear stop. Okay, so if this is a stock that you want to be in, you can start something here, and then, you know, potentially wait for it to build something up here, back down. So I wouldn't with those deep pullbacks, because this is still the left side, right? You need to build the right side in here. So these deep pullbacks, and I explained that in the video that I made. You start slow on them. They're below the 50. Deeper pullbacks. Still really haven't formed the right side. So BKNG, we're almost done here. BKNG, this triggered today. It was on the weekend. Here's it's beautiful. I'm not in it. A little bit outside of the base. That's kind of why I didn't take it. But it's setting up another add-on. So if you took this one today, then you can do an add-on tomorrow. Okay, and then your average will be like somewhere here. Okay, so this is setting up for tomorrow as well. And then lastly, AL, something to do with airline leasing. Let's put the pattern recognition back on. I don't know much about it. Mediocre sales, very inconsistent. What I don't like about it is the inconsistency of earnings, like up, down, 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 up, and then back down next year. It's all over the place. I don't know what will propel this to be like a 80, 90 stock. Technically, it's set up lower end of the range. Just caught my attention. Again, what is it? Second mouse gets the cheese, right? Breakout, failure, reset. and then stop goes here. Quite a bit of jump here on volume. So I'm not sure what investors are seeing in this, because I'm not seeing it here. It's just very inconsistent. I mean, yeah, record earnings this year. Maybe that's what's driving it. I don't know. But anyway, it's set up technically. I think I'll probably stay away from it. Anyway, that's about it. So plenty of ones to choose from. Nothing really appealing. I think today was your chance to pick up a few things. NBIS was very frustrating. It stopped me out yesterday when I took it here. I made if you have not seen it, the weekend video, I explained why I bought this. This is a high tide flag. I went through that. But today I picked up CIEN. It's a nice move. So I'm a sucker to low risk entries. So I bought it right here after testing the low and then bouncing. So that beautiful. I stop. I think I moved it to break even. This should not go all the way down there. Meta didn't do much today. Nothing crazy. I mean, my stop is down here, so triggered, but didn't do much. That's fine. It's fine. I mean, if it build another pivot here, right? So now this looks like breakout and reset. So another day here, and then comes out, it'll be even better, and then you can add to it and double your position. So it's not doing anything wrong. Aklo, I added to Aklo today. I bought Aklo. Where did I buy Aklo? I bought Aklo here. Let me see. I bought Aklo here, and then I added today here, clean pivot. Can't remember if this was on my weekend list or not, but I did Aklo, and then one more. Let me take a look at my stuff. Hold on. I bought CEG today when it pulled back to this pivot. I missed it yesterday when it took out this pivot. So today when it pulled back to this pivot, I bought it. My stop was down here. So I got a good price on this. Seems like it's moving out. Not a lot of volume, but good. I was able to position in this. Again, energy, AI, ML. So I am just trying to get in low risk entry. So I bought this when it came back in. This was on my weekend list for you guys. And then I did pick up AAOI. Shook out right here. So higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Looks like a little bit wedging. So I was glad to see it shake out. So this is was a little bit wedging. And then, but it cut support and shook out on this one, and I bought it coming out. Not a lot of room. My stop is pretty tight on this one because this is range and it's a smaller size. But clean pivot. We'll see if this can go up somewhere here and then just builds out and gives us something else right here. I think that was it. CRCL, I'm still in that one. CRCL. I'm not sure why I'm going through my positions with you guys, but it's fine. I bought this here coming out. My stop actually was here because this is wide. I think this was like 5 or 6%. Came very close to my stop and then just bounced. So that was beautiful. This is inside day, but it's freaking too wide of a range. What is that range here? Let me see. CRCL. That's a 9.5% range for today. So I would not be adding here. I want to see this build out a little bit better. I'm okay if it does, my guess, this would do maybe this would do that. That would be amazing. Then I can add some here and then add some here. That would be fantastic. AGX, I'm still in this one as well. Again, I'm not sure why I'm going through my positions, but that's fine. I posted about this on X. Can't remember how I drew this, something like that. But I bought it on Friday when it took out this high. This is inside day, so like barely took out that high. So I bought it Friday. I added to it just a little bit Monday, and then now it's coming out, so that looks good. I would love for this to just pause here, maybe just a little bit, not too much because I'm in it, and then does that, and then maybe does that. So that's how I permit. I get in lower, smaller, add when it goes in my favor, hope it builds out the right side, and then moves out, and then I can permit up. Does that make sense? Put it in the comments. Obviously still in AMD, still in BE. Upstart, I didn't put that anywhere on X, but I bought Upstart. I bought Upstart here on this, whoops, sorry. I bought Upstart here. So it triggered right here, whoops, right here on this day. What day was that? Sorry, whoops. That day is the 27th. And then I sold quarter here. Almost top ticked it. And I still have 2/3 of my position. Well, I sold quarter. Yeah, I still have 3/4. Really nice recovery today. I was sweating bullets when this was down like 8%, but my stop is break even, so my stop is all the way down here. I posted about this as a pullback buy if you guys search my feed. So that's what's given us right now. Obviously this is got bought, so this is accumulation day. And it would be nice if this can build something here on this side. Okay, and then give me something to resize this back up. All right, I'm still in HSA as well, HSAI. So this is all my swing trades. I bought it here. Well, I bought it twice. I bought it here. I added to it here. And then I scaled it back here. Let me go through this. I bought it here, and then I doubled it here. I sold the ad when it broke this. So now I'm back to just one size position. I think that's 5% when I did this. And today it was looking really scary. This is a China stock. But I like this. I like this. I like the sales. And maybe, yeah. But now it's back at the high. I think this is ultimately going to break out, but the question is, it's going to stop me out before it breaks out or not. I think this should just go. If this goes back down tomorrow, I'll probably be out. This should go. Anyway, hope that helps. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.